Yo, what's going on? I appreciate everybody who are tuning in, everybody who continue to come through and holler at your boy, see what's good. I'm Marcus, the Debt Free Dad. If you're new to the channel, here we talk finances and attorney reactions. It could be attorney reactions to some legal stuff, it could be some attorney reaction to finance news or something that's just interesting and is trending. I give my talk, take an opinion on it. As always, I appreciate everybody for the support, and I always got to toss out the disclaimer. I'm a licensed attorney. Got you. I got you. I'm a licensed attorney, but hey, I'm not your attorney. This isn't legal or financial advice. This is just, me giving infotainment and my take. If you're looking for somebody to give you legal or financial advice, seek a professional, somebody who got a fiduciary duty, all of that good legal stuff. I still haven't hung this back up in my office wall. See, I'm actually licensed to do some shit. But hey, that doesn't mean you should listen to a talking head on YouTube, even if it's me. Make sure you do your research and your due diligence. Now, I got 3 videos we're going to look at today. All of them are about 3 minutes or less. And I actually was going to put these out kind of individually as individual videos. I appreciate you joining too. And I will do the moderator thing. I'll make sure I hook that up. It's a little difficult on this thing I'm working on, but I'll make sure I hook that up. But anyway, I wanted to talk about 3 particular scams. Now, I was going to break these up into individual videos, but you know what? I thought, no, all of these scams are kind of related. One is a few months old because it was just hilarious, but I wanted to make sure I had enough content so we can put it in perspective. So, it's the summertime, kids on break. This is a big vacation season. Everybody planning a vacation, or they're going on vacation, or if they like me, they like to plan their vacation to go in December when it's cold as hell because they want to get away from the brick weather. Well, these are 3 scams that I think focus on vacations because it's something that everybody want to do, everybody want to go on, and you could be susceptible to these scams. Now, we'll tell you, on the Debt Free Dad scamometer, these scams do not rank high at all. These are some relatively low level scams, but I think just because people are excited with a set date and agenda in mind, they aren't really paying attention and they end up getting finessed. So let's go ahead and go into the video. Now, this first video is interesting, okay? Because this first video we're looking at, let me tell you why I classified this as a vacation scam, okay? Every time I go on vacation, like me, I go on vacation. I think everybody go on vacation. You want to kind of clean up a little bit. You're going to get a haircut, shape up, make sure your waves spinning. But every time I go on vacation, I notice something. I haven't noticed it with the women in my family, my wife, my daughter, all of that stuff. Yo, shout out. I appreciate you for getting the likes up and all that good stuff. Definitely going to get you on the moderator team, fam. I got you. But I noticed this from every woman. Well, I'm not gonna say every woman, but every black woman who go on vacation. If I'm going on vacation and I get on the plane, anytime I see a sister with braids, it's a 99.999% chance that they're about to go on vacation as well. Is the universal hairstyle for sisters who are about to go on vacation. Get their hair braided up. The same way the fellas get the cuts and you want to be shaved up. So this first scam is a scam that I'm not going to say it targets women because, hey, guys go get their wig twisted up too. But this first scam is probably more so targeted at the sisters. On the DFD scamometer, this scam is a very, very low-level scam. But let's go ahead, take a look. We're going to talk. And we're talking about this from the beginning of the vacation to going on the vacation to after the vacation. So these 3 videos track things that happen beginning of the vacation, during the vacation, and probably after the vacation or potentially before. But this first one I thought was hilarious because it was just such a simple scam and people are falling for it. So be careful when y'all getting y'all wigs twisted, especially ladies. I'd be shocked if a guy fell for a barber scheme. If he did, he probably deserved it. But let's dive in.
As many people enjoy the weather and go on vacation, You might opt to get your hair done first. And for those looking to get braids, watch out.
Hair
The Better
braider
Business
scam.
Bureau is now getting
This is the
reports of
blackest scam
scams targeting clients who want that style. And they're using real stylist work to do it. News 2's Corey Johnson explains.
I'm Portia, the all-in-one diva. She does it all.
For the last 10 years, Portia Hensley has braided hair. She got licensed in 2005, shortly after opening her own salon, Divine Innovation 615 in Nashville.
I do box braids, I do weaving services, I do feed-ins, I do twists.
With summer in full swing, braids are a popular protective style to book. It's not uncommon for clients to get on social media and find braid styles that they liked. These styles can cost hundreds of dollars. In order to book them, it's common practice for a small deposit to be made in order to be placed on the stylist's calendar. It's where Portia tells News 2 she's found passion in.
I feel creative. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm creating something for my client that empowers them to go through life and their day feeling good and looking good about themselves.
But the braiding booking process is something scammers are now onto. According to the Better Business Bureau of Middle Tennessee, they've gotten reports of bad actors taking pictures from other stylists and posting them to fake social media pages, claiming they can do the work. Then, when a potential client goes to book and sends a deposit, they don't find out until their appointment, when they never hear from that person, that it was actually a scam.
That's a black ass scam. I'm just saying that. Hey, I don't want to see anybody get scammed, but it's a strong possibility that a hair braiding scam like this is going to affect black people at an exponentially higher rate, like 98%. But yeah, I think this is crazy. I know I don't go to a barber no more. Your boy cut his own hair. But I will tell you, I know barbers I used, my last few barbers, I only had like maybe 6 barbers in my entire lifetime. But they did have like an online booking service where you have to go online, book, but they never asked for a deposit. Now that could be because, when I go get a haircut, I'm probably paying $50 for a haircut. Maybe 50 to 70 bucks if I'm generous and it's the holiday season, but about 45 to 55 bucks is what I'm spending. So for that, they probably aren't asking for a deposit. So that's probably why it's not prevalent and guys going to the barber to get their hair done. But this is a black ass scam. It's a relatively elementary scam. I'm not even going to dive into how to avoid this because they're going to cover it. And I think just a little common sense can go a long way.
It's a legal activity that's impacted Portia's business this year.
I had a client call and say, "Hey, I'm at the door," and I'm like, "What door?" I'm with a client, and we come to find out that the person actually took their money, took a deposit. It was shocking that they used so much of my stuff that I work hard for. And I felt bad that I couldn't help her.
And Portia isn't alone. BBB officials say they've received a few reports of scams involving braids.
Unfortunately, social media scams are not new. We see scams ebb and flow every day based on what's going on in the marketplace.
There are a few steps you can take to make sure you don't fall victim, including never pay for a service in full before the appointment. Visit the location where the braider claims to work before booking. Verify their work by searching for the stylist online and typing in scam after their name. And ask for their braider license number and look them up. Despite a scammer using her pictures.
That's probably the most important. I didn't even know it was a such thing as a braider license number, but you can't make $1 in America without it being licensed. The government gonna get their money. If you want to fix washer and dryers, if you want to practice law, if you want to braid hair, cut hair, you're going to have to get licensed by some licensing agency that's probably organized by a state entity, a state government body. So that's probably the best way to go. But, be careful when y'all getting y'all wigs twisted out.
Portia says she's not deterred from continuing to do the work she loves.
No, there's nothing.
Okay, I stand corrected. I guess it does impact guys because the guy sitting in the chair getting his hair braided. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a crazy scam that's expressly targeting black people. Another thing you can do, if you see an image on social media for somebody doing some type of service like hairstyle or baking, you can actually search that image to see if that image is located anywhere else on the internet. So if you see an image like, oh man, this this lady mad nice braiding hair. I'm gonna get her to braid my daughter hair. And I search image of her work and I see it's on somebody else's page. That's probably gonna give me some cause to pause. Now, that's kind of story number one. Let's go ahead. Let me cue up story number two, because story number two is actually hilarious. I wanted to do this like a month ago, but I needed more vacation videos. So I was like, I can just knock them all out together. But if y'all don't know, I went on a cruise about, I don't know, it was maybe about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. No, probably 6 weeks ago, actually. But I went on a cruise chaperoning my son's senior trip. And it was a whole process because it was going through a travel agent. You had to send the money. I'm sending cash because I don't want to cash app somebody. I'm sending cash with my son to school. He's coming back with receipts. So it's a lot of persons involved. So it could create some confusion as to how the process could go. Even when it came to the flights, I actually had to reach out like, yo, I haven't got my flight information yet. What the hell's going on? Now, I knew it was something that was legit, but scams when it comes on vacation happen. So we got to talk about a cruise scam. It has something or aspect of it to me that is really hilarious. Let me go ahead and cue this video. So
a group of Twin Cities cruise passengers was left at the terminal last Sunday, and they were watching that ship.
Let's go back. All right, here you go.
A group of Twin Cities cruise passengers.
All right, let's go and cue this video up. This sad as hell. This is an easy one to avoid. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, but it's something in this video that I thought was funny as hell. I couldn't stop laughing. What view y'all like better? Y'all like that view better? We're gonna roll with that one so y'all can get a good view.
Was left at the terminal last Sunday, and they were watching that ship leave without them.
They blame the travel agent, who blames Carnival Cruise Lines, but Carnival puts it back.
This actually might have been the cruise ship that was on at the time this happened. I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like the party cruise that I was on for my son's graduation doing the chaperone thing.
And the agent, in any case, it was chaos for those who just wanted to sail away for a week. Fox 9's Karen Scullin is in the newsroom after speaking with two passengers left behind. Karen.
Cherie Goudot had been planning this cruise for a year.
Yo, let me address this comment real quick. I agree. The online hair booking, like barber appointment, it did seem scammy. Like, honestly, I only think I had one barber who actually used it. And like normally I just text him or hit him up like, yo, what time you want me to come through? And he sent me a link and I was like, what the hell is this? It was a link, but it was only a link to book. It didn't ask for any monies up front. So, I'm guessing, getting your hair braided, you probably talking a couple $100 depending on how big somebody's head is or how much weave you're using. I don't know, whatever the factors are to determine the cost of braiding hair. But I'm thinking because the cost is probably higher than getting the actual haircut, they're going to want some money up front. And also, if a client doesn't show up, they have some monetary gain for that time slot because now they off schedule. All they're going to do is fill another appointment or move somebody up. But still, I see the benefits of having an online booking and asking for a deposit up front. Now, let's pivot back to the hilarious cruise director.
It was chaos for those who just wanted to sail away for a week.
Agent.
Fox 9's Karen Scullin is in the newsroom after speaking with two passengers left behind. Karen.
Cherie Goudot had been planning this cruise for a year as she was being treated for thyroid cancer. Then, when two family members passed away during that time, the trip with her sister became even more important. But it all unraveled in a matter of minutes the day that they were supposed to leave.
A week ago, they were on their way to Miami, two sisters who couldn't wait to board the Twin Cities takeover 90s throwback cruise on the Carnival Horizon.
All right, nah, I wasn't on the Horizon, but hey, think about it. These people saved up their money to go on this cruise. They had a tragedy in the family. Somebody passed away. When somebody passed away in the family, y'all know if somebody passed away in the family, the one thing you want to do is kind of be close to the family. So they like, man, we got this opportunity to have this family cruise. So there's a little bit of emotion behind this vacation. They really looking forward to it in light of the circumstances that they were dealing with at the time.
It was a much needed spring break.
I was looking forward to hearing Juvenile, reliving some 90s music.
She's trying to go back that ass up. Very first song, anytime somebody say, I want to hear some 90s music, Juvenile, the only song that come to mind is Back That Ass Up. It ain't no other song that's going to come to mind. But hey, they was trying to have a good time with family.
The fresh food that was going to be on the boat, the burgers that was going to be on the boat, just hanging out with people.
But when the pair went to the cruise terminal to board the ship last Sunday, their excitement quickly turned to confusion, anger, and disbelief. They were not going to be able to board.
The next morning, we wake up, we get to the port. They can't find my name anywhere. I'm not tied to their room. Somebody else is in their room.
They say their travel agent passed by and said she would fix things, but didn't, and then disappeared.
All right, real quick, this is about to be hilarious. But real quick, okay? Even if you're booking a cruise, y'all probably been on cruises before, so I'm probably preaching to the choir. But for anybody who hasn't been on a cruise, even if you're booking a cruise through a travel agent, at some point in time, maybe 2.5, 3 weeks before the trip, especially Carnival, but most cruise ships are going to reach out to you directly with correspondence. No matter if you went through a travel agent, they'll reach out to you the same way, because the travel agent is going to give them your contact information. They're going to send you an email like, hey, congratulations. Make sure things to do before you board. And they're going to have this whole list of what to bring. They're going to tell you to download the app so you can communicate on the ship and do all of this other crazy stuff. So I'm assuming that they've probably never been on a cruise before, because normally you'll get some correspondence in 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks in advance of that cruise, telling you all the steps that you got to do to be prepared. Now, what could have happened is also, and I don't know if the video said, the travel agent could have just finessed all those documents and just, emailed them bogus documents from Carnival that asserted and showed all of that information. But normally you're going to have some correspondence from the cruise folks before it's time to leave. Now, I want you to pay attention to what they said. They got to the port. They didn't have anything. They saw their travel agent, and their travel agent was like, yo, I'm going to get this squared away. And then the travel agent disappeared.
Never.
They say their travel agent passed by and said she would fix things, but didn't, and then disappeared.
She comes back, she walks all past us, assuring that we're going to get a room. This is what she's telling us. She goes back on the ship, never comes back out.
Hey, that's terrible that these people got scammed, but that's wild. That's wild, yeah. Y'all don't think that's crazy? The travel agent is actually going on the same cruise as the people who she finessing out of the money. That's fucking insane. And again, I don't think they ever been on a cruise, because once you get on a cruise ship, it ain't no getting off a cruise ship once you on. If you get off that cruise ship, they not gonna let you back on. Once you on, unless it's a medical emergency, they not gonna let you off unless it's a medical emergency or something to that effect. But the fact that the travel agent actually got on the same cruise that these people were supposed to, who she finessed them out of thousands of dollars, that's kind of wild. That's wild and crazy as hell. And I know exactly what I would do in that situation, since I know that the travel agent is actually on the cruise.
Never says anything to us.
I feel like it's unethical. Like, how could you just leave that many people standing out there? And everybody that was out there was booked under her.
Cherie says she's out $2,800 that she paid in June, along with the 50 people she was standing with on the pier.
When she never came out to address people. And
damn, so about $3,000 per person. She spent $2,800. $3,000 per person times 50. The 50 people she had just standing outside who couldn't get on the boat while she was on the cruise and about to go shake that ass to Juvenile, the hot boys. This is terrible, but that's crazy to get on the same boat of the people you just scammed who were supposed to be on that boat. That takes a certain level of I don't give a fuck in this. I'm gonna just be honest. That's actually wild.
That boat was selling off, and we're sitting on that port. People were in tears. People were upset. They were angry.
The travel agent, Monica Faulkner, apologized on social media and said in part, "Rest assured, we are taking immediate action to rectify the situation. All affected customers will receive a full refund, along with a complimentary cruise package as a gesture of our commitment to making things right."
All right. Now, I will tell you that does sound, hey, that's crazy as hell, right? Like the scam not even crazy. The scam not even crazy is look at that. Am I cord? Let me plug this thing back in. The scam not even crazy. The fact that you had the balls, oh man, they're gonna censor this video. But the fact that you had the heart to get on the same cruise that I'm supposed to be on and you just took $2,800 from me, I don't know. Like, I agree. It's crazy. It's brazen as hell. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know how I am. I'm a pretty easygoing guy, but it's some things that will probably get you an ass whipping, and something that brazen might get you an ass whipping. Like low key, if it's a cruise, I know when the cruise ship is coming back. I'm not gonna say petty, but I would actually be there when that cruise docked. I would, hey, you already took my money, but fuck it. I would spend more money to stay in a hotel in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, stay somewhere for the next 4 or 5 days while this cruise is pending. And when that cruise ship come back, you know who's gonna be standing there? Me. We're gonna have a problem, and it's gonna get settled right then and there. But this is a crazy ass story. This is another part right here. Let me go. I want to rewind it just a little bit because this is definitely brazen. It's definitely a shit show, honestly, and terrible.
Package as a gesture of our commitment to making things right. Faulkner is currently on the cruise, but I spoke to her by phone. She says Carnival canceled a number of bookings on February 21st. She tried to
That's not hilarious that Faulkner is currently on the cruise, but we spoke to her by phone. I'm not laughing at these people getting scammed. I'm laughing at the sheer the amount of stupidity and recklessness, and I just don't give a damn attitude for her to be on the cruise having a good time. Then she had the audacity to pick up the phone and talk to the news. They probably playing Juvenile in the background. This is actually crazy as hell. This is a crazy ass story. And I tell you, this isn't the only crazy story with this particular travel agent. If this video not too long, I may pull up the second incident that she had where she finessed people. But this lady is an absolute utter disaster who I ain't condoning violence, but if somebody did punch her in the face, I would completely understand.
our commitment to making things right. Faulkner is currently on the cruise, but I spoke to her by phone. She says Carnival canceled a number of bookings on February 21st. She tried to rebook them on the 22nd, but the ship sold out. She did not explain why the money wasn't returned then and the clients notified. Faulkner does say their money is being held by a company called Travel Joy, who she says independent agents use to collect money for bookings, and that the money will be returned. Cherie and Dee Dee aren't buying it.
And if you were going to refund, right? She keeps saying refund. You would have refunded already. You've been on that ship refunding people the money.
Cherie and Dee Dee stayed with their family in Florida for the week, but they said some people tried to fly back and couldn't because of a snowstorm. Meanwhile, others said they sat outside booked hotels waiting for a cancellation. Now, I did see a couple people on social media supporting Faulkner, who again says she'll refund the money upon her Saturday return. We reached out to Travel Joy to see if the money is actually there, but did not yet hear back. In the newsroom, Karen Scullen, Fox 9.
That's actually
For your money this morning, we're back with some more.
Actually kind of crazy. That's actually a wild news story. Kind of wild, but it gets a little wilder. But that is probably the worst.
Well, a group of Twin Cities cruise passengers was left.
Hold up. That particular travel agent has a few stories that are going around that are kind of ridiculous. Where she's scamming people and just leaving them stranded. That's her MO. And I'm guessing she probably not even associated with that travel agency. She's probably just using their name in vain to finesse them personally. Man, $2,800 times 50 people. You're gonna have a hell of a time at that cruise. You're gonna have a hell of a time at that cruise. That's a damn shame. I just can't believe she had the audacity to go on the same cruise that my black ass supposed to be on. That's gonna be a problem. Then they call her and she answering on the cruise. Like, I don't know. I don't know if she answered from WhatsApp or what, but she got the internet package and everything clearly. If she answering her phone on the cruise, because nobody's phone work on the cruise. Well, they were still in Miami, so maybe she still has some service, but that's a crazy story. Now, let's take a look at this last story. If it's not too long, we'll circle back to this terrible Minneapolis, Minnesota travel agent. But let's take a look at one more story where they say, don't fall for these hotel scams. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I will tell y'all, as I've gotten older in life, the quality of things that I want have dramatically improved and changed over time. When I was young and in my 20s, and me and my boys, we going to Miami. We go to Miami. We literally had just enough money to get there with the flight. We staying at some whack ass hotel. We eating Subway and shit every night. That's just that's just. I'm still laughing at the comment of she spent the money on the cruise. But that's kind of how you travel when you're young. But when you get older, you work hard. Like me, your joints and your back start hurting. You're like, no, you know what? I'm not gonna take this Spirit flight because that's uncomfortable. I'm gonna pay a little bit more, get on Delta, maybe pay for an upgrade, maybe get some business class so I can get some elbow room. So these hotel scams that we're about to talk about and look at, I don't think these type of scams would happen if you're like staying in maybe like a 4 or 5-star hotel, something like that. I just couldn't see it. These scams are giving Motel 6 vibes to me. But let's go ahead, cue up the video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one. Let me get this video queued up.
For your money this morning, we're back with some more scams to watch out for on your next vacation. It seems that scammers like to go after potential victims staying in hotels, and that's exactly what these do. CBS 4's Zach Myers is here with 2 vacation scams you should know about. Why are these scammers trying to ruin our vacation?
Well, because they know we're distracted, right? You're on
Right.
vacation, you're just thinking of having fun, you're not thinking about this stuff. And of course, when you're in your hotel, you got to eat, right? Too. So these scammers know that. So one scam that's been working for years involves the bad guys walking.
I never even heard of this scam. They said it's been working for years. I completely missed that part. But I never even heard of this scam till this video popped
For
up on my
years
algorithm.
involves the bad guys walking through hotels, slipping flyers under the doors.
That's actually a nice looking hotel. So I don't know if this is the exact hotel that the scam happened in, but that looked like a nice hotel. So I might be wrong. It might not just be some Motel 6 Super 8 stuff. That's just me stereotyping. Sorry about that.
Hotels, slipping flyers under the doors for a nearby pizza place or a fake room service menu. So why would you question that, right? When you call the number, they'll take your order and your credit card information, but there's no pizza place or room service, just a crook on the other end of the line who's going to take your credit card info and use it as fast as they can before you realize, hey, where's my pizza anyway?
All right, let's talk about this scam real quick because I think this is a dumbass scam on the scamometer. Far as creativity and intelligence, I'm gonna give this about a 1 or 2 out of 10. Now let's just talk about this. Like, okay, one, I've never had a menu at a hotel, even when I stayed at trash hotels. I've never had a menu slidden under my door. The menu is normally already in the restaurant, or you go down to the front desk and they got the little stand with all the menus to every place there. So I've never had a menu slidden under the door. The only thing I've ever seen slidden under the door of any hotel was an actual bill that you don't get till the night before that you're about to check out. So I think that's crazy as hell if you get a flyer for pizza under the door and you say, well, let me call. That's crazy, number one. The other thing too is that scam probably would have had a chance of working on younger me, but not old me, because your boy on vacation, I ain't eating no damn pizza. If I'm planning for go on vacation, you best believe I saved up some money to check out some good ass restaurants. So that's just me personally. But I've never seen a flyer slitting under a door to a hotel. That would give me cause to pause immediately. If anything, I would probably even call down to the front desk, or I would just Google it. Like, okay, I got a pizza flyer. Let me actually Google it to see if this pizza is any damn good, or to see if it's trash. So this could actually easily be avoided by just using a little common sense and using the device that you got right here in your fingertips to Google to see if such a restaurant exists. The other thing is, I don't know, giving them your card information over the phone. That's kind of crazy. I'm particularly not, I can't even remember the last time. I can't remember giving card information over the phone to a business ever, actually. Now that I think about it, maybe over a website. Maybe if it's like an automated bill pay type of thing, but not just talking to some guy like, okay, here go my card number. That's wild, and it's completely avoidable.
Anyway, the experts at Scamicide say a good rule to follow is never trust a flyer under the door at the hotel. You can also Google the name of the pizza place and see if it's
See, common sense. Google the name of the damn pizza place. Years ago, I've seen it when I was a little girl, but today, if I saw something like that, I'd say hell no. Hey, hey, definitely. It just don't make any sense. Like, normally, if something comes to you, the opportunity is probably going to be something you should be cautious about. I'm not saying good opportunities for things, investments, food. Yeah, sometimes they come to you, but normally when it's something that you want, you got to put a little effort in to actually go look for it. That's just kind of how things happen normally. So definitely avoid that one. Hey, shout out to the pocket watcher in the building. Hey, if y'all aren't familiar, get familiar. Check out my guy JT, certified guy, official public accountant. He does that. He is actually giving his reaction to videos, and he also has a channel you can check out where he actually giving good financial advice, good financial gems. He actually gave me some good financial advice. I'm hard headed. I didn't listen to it. My bad about that, bro. I just couldn't stop investing, man. I was like, nah, I'm gonna let that investment slide and just pay off this debt at the pace that I'm doing it. But shout out to you for giving advice to hard-headed people who don't listen all the damn time anyway. Shout out to you. And let me know if you do a video on that email I sent you about Thomas Lopez Pierre and the investment fund. Let me know, because that is crazy. All right, so let's hop back into this video. Pizza restaurant document correspondence being slitting under the door at a hotel, calling up, ordering the pizza, thinking you're getting the Hawaiian style, and you give your credit card up and you get finesse. Easy one to avoid. You Google,
it's real
for the scam.
and if the phone number matches. As for room service, well, you should be able to call them with the button on your room phone, not a flyer slid under your door. Here's another one you don't want to sleep.
Now, this one is actually stupider. Well, I'm not going to say stupider, but I'm not. When I say this one is more stupid, not by anyone who falls for it, but the complexity of the scam. This scam is more stupid than the previous one, and I think is a big red flag. I mean, I think it's obvious that you could avoid this, but check this one out and let me know which one of the three that we've seen so far is the actual worst.
Sleep on, literally. Say it's 3 a.m., you're in a deep sleep in your hotel, and the front desk calls your room phone. They say, we're sorry, we've had a problem with your room payment, and we need to run your card again. Well, would you grab your wallet, half asleep, and read them the card information, or snap out of your daze and realize it's a scammer calling your room from...
Hold on, wait, we got it. The front desk call your room at 3 o'clock and say something's wrong with your payment information. We need your card again, and you give them the number on the phone. Come, like I don't like the victim shame, but come on now, bro. once you go to the hotel, you give them your card, it goes through right then and there. If there's a payment problem, you will not be sleeping on anything. They will not let you in until that stuff is resolved. That's actually crazy. I don't care if it's 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 2 a.m., and I was almost in a drunken stupor. There's no way that a call. First of all, anybody who called me on my hotel room, that's just wild. Who gets calls on their hotel room phone unless it's a wake up call? That's just crazy. I'm automatically gonna be like, who the hell is calling on this phone? This is crazy. Don't call here on this phone and hang up. That's just me. Nobody ever calls me if I'm on a business trip or somewhere with the family. If the hotel phone ring, I'm actually looking at it kind of crazy, unless it's like for appointment, like at a spa or a wake up call or something like that I book. But this is the absolute stupidest scam that I've ever seen, and it's completely avoidable if you use a little bit common sense. If your phone ring late at night, roll over, take a breath, wipe the crust, the spackle out of your eye, take a deep breath, and just think about what you're doing, what you're about to do, because you could be setting yourself up to take a big L, and we definitely don't want that to happen. Exactly. Who calls a hotel phone? If the hotel phone ring, literally, I can remember being in a hotel and like the phone would ring, and my first response would be like, "Who the hell is that?" That's hilarious. That's hilarious, buddy. I wish you would call me in the middle of the night. The hotel better be on fire. I don't even want you to call me. If I don't hear fire alarm, I don't want to hear it. It's crazy. There's no reason you should be getting a call on a hotel phone in 2024, especially asking about payment information where you already took care of that on the front end. So, unfortunately, they catch people when they're on vacation, their head kind of in the clouds. It's 3 a.m. They may be a little groggy. They probably had a couple of mojitos or Bahama Mamas, so they probably don't have the sharpest mental acuity, and they try to catch them slipping.
Out of your days and realize it's a scammer calling your room from outside the building. This one is called the fake front desk scam, and it's just another way for crooks to trick you into reading your credit card information over the phone. They're hoping to catch you half asleep with this one in the middle of the night. According to the watchdogs at Trend Micro, the best way to handle that call is to hang up and call the front desk back directly. There's a good bet they won't know what you're talking about. Or you can just say, I'll come down to the front desk at a reasonable hour in the morning and handle it in person.
Hey, real talk. I just wanted to pause it real quick because he actually gave a bit of advice that's really good advice right there. And I would advise anyone to do it. Anytime you get a call from anyone purporting to be from your bank, your credit card company, the hotel, always hang up and be like, okay, I'll call you back. Hang up, call them back at the number that's on the back of your bank card. Once you call your bank, they're going to be like, what the hell? We didn't call you. Why are you calling us? The bank is going to be confused, but that's always a good rule of thumb. If someone calls you, and I actually just told my parents this recently because there's a big scam going on where persons are calling. Somehow scammers get your login username, right? Somehow they obtain your username. And what they do with your username, they go into your bank website and they'll put your username in and they don't have the password. They'll put either the incorrect password in or they don't have the password. So they'll call you asserting to be from the bank, saying that they've identified some fraud. We're going to send you some verification numbers via text message. We need you to read those numbers back to us to confirm. Well, meanwhile, what the scammer is doing is they put in your username. They probably click forgot password. The system automatically sends you, because your number is on file, the PIN to enter. They enter that PIN, immediately go in there, change all your contact information. So when they clean out your bank account, the bank can't even call you and let you know because they changed the phone number and the email address. So you probably never have communication with the bank until you actually call them. They probably actually are trying to call, but I actually gave that advice to my parents because, you know, they older. And, you know, my mother, she'd be like, UPS sent me a message saying I got a package on the way. I'm about to click on this link. I'd be like, no, One, did you even order something from UPS? Of course, did you order anything that's going to be delivered by UPS? She's like, nah, but you never know. I was like, no, don't click on it. So, but I actually told my parents that if anybody called from a financial institution, a business, anything about payments, date of birth, asking anything, you hang them up and call them back at the number that's on the back of the card or the verified number that you find once you use Google, do a Google search or something to that effect. So that was a good salient piece of advice that the news anchor gave right
We've got
here.
more on these and other vacation scams.
All right, so let me see if I can find one more real quick since we aren't running too long. I got one more scam I want to see. We're going to pivot back to the Minnesota travel agent. Let's see. Let's pivot back to the Minnesota travel agent. I got some good ones here. I got some good ones here too that I'm gonna have to go over in depth. Let's see. One more for the Minnesota travel agent who had the audacity, who had the unmitigated gall to get on a damn cruise. Let's see. I'm sure as soon as I type it, it's gonna populate. Okay, the most recent one popped up as soon as I typed it in. That's hilarious. All right, let me go and get this queued up. We're gonna do one more as a bonus. Since the theme is vacation, the theme for this video is vacation scams and how not to get finessed. Let's do one more. This is the same travel agent who we saw finesse the people, 50 people out of $2,800 to $3,000 out of a cruise that she had the audacity to go on and live her best life on the 90s throwback cruise, listening to Juvenile and whoever else she wanted to listen to in the 90s. So let's go at one more from the Minnesota cruise agent who is, by all accounts, a terrible person. And if she were to be assaulted, I would completely understand why. Hey, handle everything like adults. I'm not saying, hey, DFD, as an officer of the court, I would never say do anything to violate the law. But I'm just saying that, hey, I would understand under these facts and circumstances. Let's check out scam number 2 that occurred by the same travel agent, and it just gets worse and worse. And this is crazy. This is about a month and a half after the previous cruise scam. So all of this information is kind of already out there on social media. I've even seen these stories hit some of my favorite Black YouTubers. So let's check out scam number 2. And isn't that complicated? It's going to be the same type of ish. We can already tell.
All right, thanks, Corin. An update tonight to a story about a travel agent accused of taking money from travelers. And now travel agents also say they're victims.
First a Carnival cruise, then a trip to Costa Rica, and many future trips that are paid for and now canceled. Fox 9's Karen Scullin tried to get her to answer some questions today.
I tried to get answers. Fox 9 spotted Minnesota travel agent Monica Faulkner outside her St. Cloud home. But when we went to knock on the door,
she's not here, sorry.
Well, I saw her.
She's not here, sorry. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hold on. That brother answered the phone like, nah, she's not here. So he already knew. He's like, this white woman coming to knock on my door. I know what she coming here about. He probably looked out the window. Window's nice and open. He probably looked out that window, saw that news van, and was like, hell to the nah.
But a travel agent, Monica Faulkner, outside her St. Cloud home. But when we went to knock on the door,
she's not here, sorry.
Well, I saw her. I know she's here. We have some questions. I think a lot of people are contacting me trying to find out about their money.
Fox 9 started getting contacted in March after she took a group on a throwback 90s Carnival cruise. But some travelers were told they didn't have a room and were left on the dock as they watched their spring break sail away without them.
When she never came out to address people and that boat was sailing off and we're sitting on that port, people were in tears.
But Melissa Nash was one of the lucky ones and got on that cruise. She was a brand new travel agent to the same agency that Monica works with.
Okay, that's cool. She actually got on the cruise. She works for the same travel agency. So now we know that the travel agency does exist. Because, you know, DFD, I wasn't going to do a deep dive or looking at the background company. But we know the travel agency does exist. This lady right here who was a new travel agent actually got on the cruise. Now, I don't know if she booked her own trip or got on, or if she got on by booking a trip through the scammer. But in any event, we learned a little bit more about what's going on here.
At cruise time, Nash thought there was just an innocent mix-up until she went with 76 other travel agents to Costa Rica for training. They all paid for their accommodations, and Faulkner even had shirts made up. But from the moment they arrived off that
that part was funny too. The news broadcast was like, "I saw her, I saw her." that was funny too. No, I saw her. I know she's here. That guy wasn't having it. He was like, "Nah, man, that's hilarious." They got shirts made up to go on this cruise. Like, I'd be really mad too. Like, I got a shirt made to go on a cruise that I didn't go on because you scammed me. Every day I look at that shirt hanging in the closet, I'm gonna want to whip your ass. I just know how I am.
accommodations, and Faulkner even had shirts made up. But from the moment they arrived off that bus, the nightmare began.
But we were in the corner for 5 hours. One of the couple of ladies were on walkers. We had one of them falling out because of her diabetes, her sugar level.
That's crazy as hell. Like, and I don't know, like, cruises are affordable, and if you got a family, it's a good way to vacation that's relatively affordable. But I generally don't like cruises. I prefer to go somewhere and be there, because the two worst days on any cruise is the day you got to get on that damn boat and the day you got to get off that boat. And it's just a clusterfuck of people and a big group. They herding you through like cattle. It's hot as hell. One time I was on a cruise and like the AC wasn't working, and it was like people who were in their 70s trying to get on this boat. It was an actual colossal debacle.
Because of her diabetes, her sugar levels got low and she about passed out.
She says Faulkner was trying to book accommodations as they were standing there, but Nash said she never could have predicted what happened next.
When I got there, I go upstairs and they're like, well, you can share a bed with another travel agent that I didn't know.
So the travel agents booked the flights through her, and she not only screwed over regular Joe consumer, she screwed over other travel. She screwed over other travel agents who are in the business and work for the same travel agency that she does. Man, this lady got no regard for anything. This lady's just complete disrespectful. She'd go on your cruise where she scam you out of your money and you don't go on it. She'll work with you at the same company and finesse you out of your money, even though y'all work at the same place. Like, they can't find you. That's crazy. This lady has no regard for no decency whatsoever. Not, I mean, like, she's the absolute worst of the worst.
And I said, no disrespect to you, but I don't just jump into bed with a random. I don't care if you're a man, woman. No.
Yeah, your comment is hilarious. Your comment popped up just in time. Share a bed, not a room, but a bed. That's crazy. And that lady comment was right on point. She was like, hey, I'm a woman. I'm not just sharing the bed with some random person. Hey, I'm not. Hey, the people getting scammed is terrible. But in life, we have lessons that we can learn from, but we also got to see the humor in there. This scammer lady is the absolute worst. You can share a bed. She's trying her best to do something to accommodate it. And she told this lady you can share a bed with somebody. You don't know who it is. That's crazy as hell.
But I don't just jump into bed with a random. I don't care if you're a man, woman. No, I'm not going to share a bed with somebody I don't know.
Faulkner didn't show up to do the training on Monday, and the homeowners where the travel agents were staying were
That's hilarious.
asking for money. Suddenly, no one could find Monica Faulkner.
And then all of a sudden, that's when they said, Monica's missing. We can't find her. Blah, blah, blah. Let's have a prayer. And everybody's crying and stuff. And
I'm not laughing at them, okay? I'm just laughing at I really can't believe Monica Faulkner is the worst person alive. She's the worst travel agent in the worst scammer alive. Because all right, I'm not giving scammers advice because I think anybody who's trying to scam and know this. But one of the number one rules, if you are going to try to finesse somebody out of something, is you have to have a lapse in time from the time that you illegally get the money from the time that they find out. That's paramount. That's paramount to being a successful scammer. I don't care if you're Jay Morrison, if you're Caesar Pena, if the transaction occurs, you get the money, and people find out in very close proximity that they got scammed. That's crazy. The whole point of the scam is to get the transaction, you make yourself unavailable, then they subsequently found out that they've been scammed. But this Monica Faulkner, she don't give two rats. She don't give a damn. She's like, I'm a scam them. They're gonna find out about the scam contemporaneously at the same time that I'm getting on the cruise ship that they were supposed to get on. This lady is absolutely insane. This is absolutely crazy. Really, this is the craziest shit I ever heard.
Me, I'm like, she's full of shit.
Then there was also that fainting episode when she was supposed to be paying one of the homeowners. Eventually, the agents got kicked out of the homes because they say fuck.
She fainted when Monica Faulkner fainted when she was supposed to pay one of the homeowners. So apparently these people got stranded. They had nowhere to go. They were like trying to do Airbnbs. Homeowners were letting guests stay at their place and vacant rooms. And when she had to pay the homeowners, Monica Faulkner, in true Monica Faulkner fashion, fainted as if she was having a medical condition. Like, real talk, I won't be surprised.
Got kicked out of the homes because they say Faulkner never paid. She left the homes because they say Faulkner when she was supposed to be paying.
I'm like, she's full of shit.
Then there was also that fainting episode when she was supposed to be paying one of the homeowners. Eventually, the agents got kicked out of the homes because they say Faulkner never paid. She left the country and is back in Minnesota. She told Nash all future trips were canceled, including a trip to Acapulco she had paid for. Aruba travelers had their trip canceled too, all paid for. But now Faulkner is telling some others that some trips are back on. This message reads, don't let all the mess on social media scare you away. And it goes on about booking an Alaskan and Carnival cruise. Today, she's telling those who lost money they will get refunds within a week and others 30 days. But she's been promising that to the cruise passengers who were left behind since March.
What if she hurts somebody? Somebody ends up, passing away because of her negligence.
Now, a few people have gotten some of their money back from Faulkner. Others are working with banks and credit card companies to get their refunds, Cash App, Venmo as well. But there appears to be a lot of money lost. I spoke to one woman who is out 10 grand for 10 trips she purchased. She says Faulkner cut off communication with her. Now, at this point, I'm told police reports are being filed. Some have contacted the AG's office, but it's unclear what the next chapter of this story is. It is still unwritten. We'll keep you posted. In the newsroom, Karen Scullin, Fox 9.
Yo, Monica Faulkner is a straight up garbage. She's straight up garbage, straight up trash. The moral of all of these stories is when you're on vacation, when you're planning, because we all go through the routine of, think about it, work, family, kids getting on your nerves, job obligations, stressful. So when you got that vacation plan and that date is set, it's like you just kind of focus on that date. You like, man, I can just push through to get to that vacation. Then I'm gonna just come back and recharge that vacation. I'm looking forward to the vacation. So once you set that vacation and you got that date set, you kind of get in like, how in high school or college, they say you got senioritis because an event is about to come. You kind of lose focus. You aren't paying attention. Well, that same thing happens during a vacation. So just be careful out there. During vacations is the prime time where people try to actually scam you and finesse you. I just told somebody today about the very first vacation out of the country that I took my wife on, how I almost got finessed into what do you call it? A timeshare. And I guess timeshares aren't scams, but I'm gonna put them in the scam category. And it's actually smart what they did, because I get the vacation, it's like 7 days. When I get there, they're like, yo, we'll give you something free if you do an hour. So of course I'm like, oh, I'll do an hour. It's just an hour. They do the event your first or second day there. And there's a specific reason why they want to get you to look at this stupid ass timeshare on the second day. The second day, I go sit in an hour long class. I'm sitting there, they talking about it. Then I look in the back and I just hear, "Meow," and I see confetti falling. And I'm like, oh, what's that? They bringing out champagne. And every time they sign the sucker up, they just go through this whole celebration. And my dumb ass, they're like, man, that looks so cool. This would be great. I could take my wife on all these trips. I'm just completely not thinking about it. I end up signing it. I got my confetti and my cheap ass glass of wine, and I was really excited. Luckily, the Lord works in mysterious ways, because I couldn't sleep immediately. The night of, I couldn't sleep. And they don't even send you the hard copy of the contract until you're about to leave. They like emailed it to me, and I pulled that email up and I went through the contract. Luckily, it was a 5-day grace period. Think about it. I'm there for 7 days. I signed up on the second day. What they're hoping is that you're so caught up in your vacation that you completely missed the 5-day grace period to get a refund and get your money back and cancel without having any issues. So when you're on vacation, sometimes you get tunnel vision. You just got to be careful of it. The main thing is just think about what you're doing. And if it seems odd, if it doesn't make sense, if somebody is reaching out to you from a financial institution or trying to get anything, date of birth, social security number, credit card information, I don't give a damn if it's a restaurant, it's a bank, whatever it is, yo, all right, I'm gonna hit you back. Hang up, call the actual verified number on the card, the number you found for the establishment on Google. A lot of times that'll help you avoid catastrophe and not end up like these people on the video being asked to share beds with complete strangers as a grown ass adult. Yo, that's it for this video. I appreciate everybody who tuned in, all the family in the chat who commented. I appreciate y'all, much support. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. I got to take my son to school and cut a check to pay for his tuition. God damn. It's going to be interesting. But hopefully, if I'm not out too late, I got another topic, another video I want to discuss. It's a scam. We might touch on the scam or two, because I got a couple of ones that I could do that are a little bit shorter. Y'all enjoy. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Be blessed. Thanks for the support again. Peace.